Hi y'all, Reccia here with the Concrete Ranch, and I'm going to share with you today all of my mixed emotions. Okay, not really, but kind of. I'm going to be sharing one of the non-horse related tools that we use here at the Concrete Ranch in our equine assisted psychotherapy sessions. I love this tool so much that I often use it for myself when I need help identifying my emotions, processing my emotions, understanding them, and using them to make decisions for myself. So if this sounds interesting to you, then I'll see you on the other side of this intro. So it may not surprise you to find out that people who come to therapy often struggle with emotions. Okay, so one of the things that we like to do is to help them identify their emotions and understand them and process them. And we often do this many, many times throughout the course of therapy. In fact, many people who seek out therapy really need a lot of help when it comes to emotions. Identifying, understanding, and processing emotions is not something that we're very adept at in our Western culture, though hopefully we're getting better at it. One of our favorite tools for helping identify, understand, and process their emotions is this beautifully illustrated deck of cards called Mixed Emotions. You know, for years I've been using those charts and cards that came with the faces that had the emotional expressions on the different illustrated faces. And, you know, those are great. Those can be extremely useful, but they do have their limitations. And I think that those kind of illustrations of emotions don't really encompass what it is to feel emotions. Now, to be fair, it's a tall order to ask a 2D image to convey what it is to feel human emotion. And the faces do a decent job of that for a 2D image. But I think these are better. So a couple of years ago, a colleague of mine bought these, and ever since then, this is my go-to. This is what I prefer to use to help people identify and process their emotions. So they come in this box, and they include a booklet that gives you some guidance on different ways that you can use the card. So, for example, there is some things about problem solving, how you can use them to solve problems. There is a section in here on how you can use them to make decisions. And later in this video, I'll kind of go over a couple of ways that I really like to use them. Okay. And then it also they come with this little bag. And we use this a lot. We kind of keep them in this bag most of the time because they get grabbed and transported across the property with us because we take them outside, and we like to have them available when people are out working with their horses because their emotions come up when they're working with their horses, and we want to go ahead and have these available to help us process them. So each card has an illustration that represents the emotion and some additional emotion words on the bottom that are synonyms or similar to the word at the top. Now, I prefer these to the faces with emotional expressions for a couple of reasons. One, these cards are more accessible to people who struggle with reading emotion on people's faces. We do see a lot of clients who have this struggle, and we find that these cards are much more accessible to them when it comes to identifying emotions than the ones with the faces, because they just can't process those faces very well. Second reason I really like these better than the face cards is that emotions are felt in many different ways throughout the human body, and sometimes in multiple parts of the body at once. Oftentimes, emotions don't have a concrete image or a concrete definition or expression. And it's my opinion that these cards convey that better than anything else I have seen. And as a result, I believe people are better able to identify with the emotions and feel and connect with themselves as they're working with these cards. They go beyond the logical identification of emotion and encourage the experience of emotion. Third reason I prefer these is that they convey a wider range of emotions and allow some room for interpretation of more than one emotion to be experienced with each individual card. I think that this helps communicate to clients the truer nature of emotional experience. I mean, it's really rare that we only experience one emotion at a time. I don't know personally if I ever have experienced just one emotion at a time. Usually one emotion comes with several added onto it. Fourth reason I prefer these cards is that they give you examples of multiple ways to use them, and they help take some of the guesswork out of the process for both you and your clients. Okay, so one of my favorite ways to use these cards, I'll have the client, they're telling me about an experience they had during the week, or the experience that they're having with their horse right now. So we will be in that experience and just go through these cards. We'll just go through these cards and pick out some that maybe they're feeling this. And we'll just have them pick out a bunch of different cards that represent what they may be experiencing at that moment or in that situation. Okay? And we'll spread these cards out. Might be on the table, maybe it's on the ground, but we'll kind of spread them out so that we can see the many different emotions that we're feeling all at one time about this particular experience. And then this allows us some time to really reflect on them and to discuss what's happening and discuss what we want to do next. So then another way I like to use these cards is to make two piles. And they have these blank cards here that you can write things on, or you can just leave them blank so that you can use them in different ways. So we're going to use one of those to represent one decision. So let's say I'm having trouble making up my mind between a couple of decisions. And let's say this is decision A. This is choice A. And I'm going to pick out all the different emotions I experience as I think about making choice A. And then we can make a second pile for choice B. And we're going to lay out the different feelings that we feel when we think about making choice B. And as we go through this process, many times what we find out is that some of these go with both choices. And so if they go with both choices, then we'll put them both there. Okay. And then this can help us in showing how our emotions may be working to inform us about our choices. That's it for this video. I'll put a link in the description box if you want to purchase these cards. Just so you know, this is not a paid or sponsored promotion of these cards. This is just my opinion and something I wanted to share with you in case you might find it useful too. And I do hope you found this information useful. And if you did, please like this video. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel to see more content like this. And if you want to see more, check out this video or this video. And thanks for watching, and take care of each other.